Hi all, Carl Gasso here. Happy summer. Now, usually when I record these videos, it's late at night. I tend to be a night owl, but you know, it's a beautiful day, sun's shining. Naturally, that makes me want to be in my basement and open these baseball cards. Today, we're doing the 1997 Topps Hobby Box, and to reminisce about 1997, you know, I love to reminisce. I want to talk a little bit about during this is a little bit of a forgotten show, but one of the best TV shows ever made, called Millennium. So we're gonna talk about that as I rip open these cards, and can't wait to see what I got here. All right. So in 1997, we're jumping in time. The last box we did was 1994. And I started with 1996, and I wanted to kind of go back. And ultimately, I just decided that since I was starting with 96, I was going backwards, I would end with 97. And what I mean by end is, for now, this is the last of these vintage hobby boxes I got. Is it the end forever? Not necessarily. But for now, as far as these vintage hobby boxes go, especially for the 90s, this is going to be it. So, it's going to be a two-parter, so there's going to be one more video. But yeah, there's other things that I want to move on to. I think I kind of beat this 90s hobby box thing. Wow. Okay, right off the bat, this is a little different than what I'm used to, but that's interesting. So, all right, we know what we got so far, right? Very interesting. Oh, okay, so these are just like three. We might actually just get through this in this one video, honestly. So, that's fine. So, all right, so this is the last video, apparently, for now, of these 1990s hobby boxes. Okay, wow, cool. So 1997, a lot of in the 90s we're just hitting its stride. You had I think 97 was Marilyn Manson's Mechanical Animals. I think that's when that came out. I think Rob Zombie's Dracula. That could be wrong. I think that might have been 98 or whatever, 99 maybe. I don't know at this point. But let's talk about Millennium for a bit. Can we talk about Millennium? So Millennium is a series by Chris Carter, who he's most famous for being responsible for the X-Files. And Millennium is a show that's very similar to the X-Files, and also it shares the same universe, because there's actually a crossover episode the X-Files did with Millennium. These are nice. These are nice cards. Little gold tipping. These are nice, and they feel good too. They don't really feel all that sticky. So Chris Carter, and it stars Lance Hendrickson, who's just like one of the. You know what? What I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to categorize these right on the spot, because I think that would really save me a lot of time, because I'm categorizing all of these, and I'm going to make a video on and show you guys what I've done with all of these cards throughout the I have actually, believe it or not, done a whole thing with these cards, and I will be doing a video on that. So you could technically say that this is the second to last video. It's going to be the last video of me ripping open a whole hobby box for them, but I will have at least one more video showing you what I'm doing with them. So yeah, Lance Henriksen plays the main character, and the main character is a retired FBI agent who is now working as a contractor, and he gets picked up by this organization that they call the Millennium Group. And it's loosely based on a real organization, which is basically a kind of more or less corporate security type that deals with like profiling and fraud and things like that. And as you go on through the series, there's 3 seasons. That's another thing that's great about this show. Very specific. It came out, the timing of it is perfect. because ultimately it talks about the millennium and the apocalypse. The show technically started at the in October of 1996. The crux of the first and second season is in 1997. It eventually, I believe, it ended in 99, but it's only 3 seasons. So I mean, like the timing of it is just brilliant, and like you'll never ever get a time like that. The whole show is based on the millennium. It's 3 seasons, ends right before the actual millennium. Just brilliant. Just a great way, and it's similar to the X-Files, where it talks about like very like not it doesn't really get into quote unquote alien stuff. It's more kind of like apocalyptic, biblical stuff, that kind of thing, and it very much reminds me of like a television version of like Seven, right? Like, or like Silence of the Lambs. It's a lot of very similar. It's FBI profiling, murderers, that type of thing, and the supernatural part of it is that Frank Black has this gift, and it's kind of like a sixth sense for trauma, where like he can touch or be around an area of violence, and he immediately gets like an intuition of what exactly happened, or at least it puts him on like the right path towards the truth. The first season is very much like the crime of the week type episode. By the second season, it starts getting into a much more longer narrative based type thing, where it turns out, this is not really spoilers. It turns out the Millennium Group is a little more than just a contracting agency. It's like kind of pretty much like a out and out cult in trying to stop like whatever apocalyptic events they feel is going to happen with the new millennium, the year 2000, and so yeah, it's just it's a solid show, and it's just so beautifully late 90s. It's like it really encapsulates the spirit of 96 to 99 like very well. Arguably, it's a very reminiscent, prescient. Because yes, a lot of things did change in the year 2000. So I guess you can kind of get into the were they prepping us for something? But yeah, so you got the great Lance Henriksen, and it very much becomes kind of like his point of view, his here we go. His struggles when it comes to the things that he's in, and as much as he's trying to do right, he starts realizing that there's more going on with the Millennium Group, and so yeah, if you never heard of it, or it's been a while, I definitely suggest trying to check it out. I mean, personally, I'm a big physical media guy. We're gonna get it. The channel's gonna get into that. The channel's gonna get into talking about physical media and that type of stuff. So, so yeah, I'm not sure if it's even available on like Pluto or like Tubi or anything. These are really nice cards. They're very like they have like a very straightforward. They're just nice. They're just handsome cards. These are handsome cards. These are some handsome cards. I don't even have any. I mean, it's fortunate. I don't even have any like ASMR sticky card vibes going on. The last few cards were brutal. It just ate up time because I had to. I like action shots. That's something that I've also realized. What I really enjoy are these like action shot type things, like the older cards that are really mainly portraits. It's like pictures. It's like people had portraits because that was you could only get you can only like you only have that moment. But these action shots are great. I mean, like, look at that. That guy is really... that's a strikeout. The Tampa Bay Rays, interesting couple weeks they've had. They really got my Mets' number, completely swept them for the first time the Mets got swept all season so far, only to be then shown that they're about to get sold. So that's interesting. I don't know what that's about, but... packs have a lot of Dodgers. That's okay. I've actually been listening to the audiobook biography for Mike Piazza. Guy's had a very interesting a lot of stuff I did not know about him. I thought it was very funny that he was a big metalhead, which I am as well. That's nice to know. And his time with the Dodgers, I mean, it's really amazing how he actually ended up with the Mets. It is almost kind of reminiscent of what's going on right now between with Boston and San Francisco, with that hitter who my mind refuses to remember all of a sudden. But I think ultimately, I think I understand that Boston has a bit of a reputation for being caustic with players, and that's unfortunate. It's probably like that hurts them overall. But yeah, it's just one of those things. There are the San Francisco Giants are featured on the front of the pack, and I don't think I have any of them so far. But nice cards nonetheless. Ooh. I am really good at getting these Mickey Mantle cards. If you remember, I had for the 1996. That's so funny. So for the 1996 opening, it touted itself as having Mickey Mantle reprints, and that was the big chase. And I ended up finding two of them. Which is great. They're nice. They're not really like they are not worth much, but that's not why we're collecting, right? I wouldn't be opening 90s cards if I was so interested in collecting and getting something worth something, right? Oops. So I completely destroy my rig here. All right. These are great. These are really great action shots. These are becoming some of my more favorite cards just because, like, wow, look at that. Helmet's coming off. It's like awesome. Tony Batista, it's nice. Wow, I think our very first giant here. Very first Yankee. I'm also noticing a lack of doubles, which is, let me tell you something. So I've been going through my cards I've gotten already. Like I said, I'm categorizing all of them, and I cannot believe how many doubles there were for the I believe it was the 1990. I don't remember if it was 96 or 94. I remember the 95 had a few, but oh my god, I literally could start 2 separate collections with the same cards. A lot of athletics in these decks. It's a nice card. I couldn't tell you which one is actually Ryan Klesko here. That one. Okay. I assume he's the middle one. That's pretty cool. Chili Davis in focus with the on base with the Yankee just having to deal with him being there. Second giant. I don't love cards that go horizontally. Something about it's just like you have to take that extra time. Okay, got some draft picks. This box is like specifically, I mean, look, like this is not, right? That's like not an accident, right? So this box is like actually, I think, the most specifically organized of all the hobby boxes. Like they didn't just throw a bunch of random packs. They put like 3 specific. All right, wow. All right, hold on. Here we go. Rays. More Rays. Diamondbacks. More Diamondbacks. Astros and Marlins. Are these draft pick cards like ever worth anything? I assume, I guess if the guy's like a real all-star, or maybe if like these 3 guys, just like hypothetically, these 3 guys turn out to be like all-stars, and it just so happens, is that like a thing? That just came to me. I don't know. All right, well, so we're just about 22 minutes in now. I'm just gonna go ahead and just open the last thing. I don't think it's gonna be worth making an entire video for this last one, so this will go a little longer, but you know what? Who cares? Longest card pack opening ever. All right, here we go, Seattle. That was a game of memory now. Cal Ripken on New York. Nice. Cal Ripken. That last pack didn't seem to have a big pull like the Mickey Mantle one in the first one. I wonder what this last one is going to be. Stay tuned. Stay tuned if you're not already glued to the, if you're not already glued to this. Stay tuned. What's the last card going to be? Since this is such a clearly, like, very specifically organized set. Kenny Rogers. Darryl Strawberry on the Yankees. Nice. For all those people crying about Soto, train goes both ways. Get it? Because, you know, Subway. Does anyone know why I have a random... What is this about? Did I not finish this? Right, I didn't finish it because I put it down for the draft picks. So, okay, excuse me. This must be a fun watch for you guys. Just be like, what is he talking about? So we didn't get the last card yet. So we're going to see about this. So, okay, this is still technically the second deck. And we still have not found the last card yet. All right. It's going to be one of those videos, huh? 25 minutes. No way you're still watching. Highlights, record-breaking home run. Todd Hundley. Okay, more of these. Alright, so we have all these highlight cards. Barry Bonds, there we go. Nomo. And that's the true last card of the deck. So this deck didn't have any specific chase cards, but it did have a bunch of specific cards like the highlight cards and the draft pick cards. So, okay, so I wonder what the theme now is going to be for this third deck. A lot of Rockies in these packs. Wow, look at this. A little something for the ladies, huh? That might be the most revealing card I've pulled. That's a great shot. Midair. This video is running a little long, but we're just almost there. So ultimately the plan is, like I said, this is going to be the last large hobby box vintage for a little while at least. I've categorized all the cards that I've opened thus far. I'll be showing them in later videos, but it's funny because it's work, right? But it's, I don't know, it just takes your mind off things. It's kind of like this, kind of like you're working towards something, right? I don't know what that something actually is, other than just having a bunch of categorized cards from the 90s, but this has been fun. Like, I promise, I know it doesn't. I do have other card decks that I plan on opening up. Doesn't look like this this last deck has any specific special themes going on. I wonder if I actually kind of opened these in reverse, because the very first one had that big Mickey Mantle pull at the very end. So if I had started with the deck on the left, I would have ended big. It's kind of like the theme of these videos. I'm just missing out on like a big finish, but whatever. It's what it's all about here, folks, learning. Nice two catcher profiles right there. Alright guys, last 4 cards. We have Tony Clark, Kurt Abbott, Jeff Kent, and Will Clark. Alright, guys. Wow. Interesting. It did not go the way I expected this to go. I wasn't expecting this kind of like 3-pack presentation here, but great. Well, that's going to be it for this 1997 hobby box. That's for a while. This is going to be it for the vintage 90s hobby boxes in general. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please stay tuned for the next videos. I'm going to be getting into much more things. If you want to, please like, subscribe, give a comment. Always open to suggestions, criticisms. Let me know how you think I'm doing. I am an independent author. You can check out my stuff on Amazon. You can check out Carl Gasso, the Greater Region series. You can get it paperback and Kindle. And that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for sticking with me if you have till the end. Have a great summer. I'll see you soon.